Hear ye, hear ye, hear ye, all present play heed and make polite attention. By the power invested in me as a member of the Advancement Committee for the Blackman Prairie District, by and for the Capital Area Council, and by and for the National Office of the Boy Scouts of America, I hereby declare this Eagle Court of Honor convened and called to order for the purpose of recognizing a qualified candidate. Color Guard, do your duty.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thanks for coming to Adam Starblett's Eagle Scout Court of Honor. David Resendez will now lead us in the presentations of our country's colors.
Everyone, please rise for the presentation of the colors. Scout salute. Base. Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
2. Color guard at ease, scouts at ease. Everyone please be seated.
Yeah.
Good afternoon and welcome to this special event in the history of Troop 685. My name is Blake Kirkham. I'm Troop 685, Senior Patrol Leader, and I will be your Master of Ceremonies. I now call this Court of Honor to order and kindly request Keith Bravesmill, pastor of Our Savior Lutheran Church, to come forward and give the invocation.
Good afternoon. Thank you so much for coming out. I feel very honored and privileged to be a part of this very special occasion. So let us go to God in prayer. Gracious Heavenly Father, we give you thanks for your many, many blessings. I thank you especially for the blessing of this organization and all that they do for young men, especially in Boy Scouts, but also in the Girl Scouts as well. And Father, you have blessed us with wonderful, wonderful people, adults who give of themselves and give of their time to help train these young men and to give them wisdom and growth. And Father, just give you thanks for that. I thank you especially today for Adam, and what a tremendous accomplishment he has done in getting his Eagle Scout badge now. And I just ask that you will continue to watch over him and continue to bless him throughout his life and use him in important and amazing ways that you have in mind for him. And we just pray that you watch over us tonight, watch over this event. We thank you again for all that these young folks do. In Jesus' name, amen. Amen.
Thank you, Pastor Bravesmill. This is Memorial Day for Adam and his family. They have asked me to thank you for being here to share in this special event. We would like to recognize a few special guests: Adam's grandparents, Ed and Grace Lippy, and Helen Starbuck. Now, I would like to introduce Kim Combs, Adam's 5th grade teacher. She has a few words for us about Adam and his Eagle Scout project.
I wrote a few things down, but I'm not sure whether I'll read off of it or not because I don't like to just read to people. I was fortunate enough to meet Adam 7 years ago when he walked into my 5th grade classroom at Murchison. And the thing that stood out most to me about Adam was that no matter what project we had or assignment that we had, he always gave it everything that he had. Did the best that he could and always did, absolute everything that I asked and always to the best of his ability. Well, he went off to middle school and we still kept contact ever so often, and then he headed off to high school. And a few of the teachers and I were given the opportunity to go to a year-long workshop entitled The Forest for Every Classroom. And this was sponsored by the U.S. Forestry Department. Well, one of the criteria that we had to do was to come up with some sort of a project that would bring the outdoors to the students. Well, this was about the time that Adam started coming up with his Eagle project. So we had kind of been talking about this, and Paula was still on our campus, luckily, and she kind of said, well, Adam needs a project, and we were like, well, how can we fit this together and everything? So the little project that the 4 teachers came up with turned into the huge project that Adam came up with, which was fantastic. And so we started talking about making some raised bed gardens in the back of our school, just a few of them, kind of start small, and then we'd slowly add on to it. Well, Adam doesn't do anything half-hearted, so he took this project and made it into the 22 raised bed gardens that we have in the back of our school, each with their own drip system. They all have, we bought tools for every classroom to have. We have money left because he raised over $3,000 for our school. These will allow us to teach from a table that he decided to add to our project also, so that we have a place to go out there and be able to teach to the students. That was all his idea. Nothing that we ever thought of. Even being as teachers, we didn't think about putting something out there like that. It's just been amazing watching the project go from the little tiny idea that we had into what he came up with. He's an amazing young man, and I've been privileged, like I say, to know him for 7 years, and I can't wait to see what he does in the future. So thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Combs. Today we have the honor and pleasure of recognizing a Scout for attaining the award of Eagle Scout rank. The parents and Scout leaders we honor today have labored long, much longer than the 1 hour per week advertised in the Boy Scout handbook, labored long and faithfully to develop them through the Boy Scout program, and their efforts culminate this afternoon in the presentation of this award. Honor Guard, please escort Adam Starbuck before this court of honor, where he will be prepared to receive the highest rank conferred by the Boy Scouts of America.
Sir, I have the honor to present Life Scout Adam Starbuck to receive their award of Eagle.
Thank you. You can please do. Awarding the Eagle is an important and serious matter. It's the peak and goal towards this Scout has been working for several years. It is an occasion for pride and for joy, but it is also a time for serious contemplation. Eagle is the highest and most coveted award in all Scouting, and it's the last step in the advancement program. If at this point Scouting has not achieved its purpose in the building of character, the training for leadership, and the practice of service, it probably never will. These thoughts, which are in effect the basic code of Scouting, are well summed up in a pledge which is taken by every Eagle Scout in the Council upon advancement to Eagle rank. Adam, I will read the Eagle Scout pledge to you and to the audience so that everyone will know that which you are about to promise, and then I will ask you to repeat it to me. On my honor, I will do my best to do my duty to God. On my honor, I will do my best to do my duty to my country. I reaffirm my allegiance to the 3 promises of the Scout Oath. I thoughtfully recognize and take upon myself the obligations and responsibilities of the rank of Eagle Scout. On my honor, I will do my best to make my training an example and to make my rank and influence strongly count for better Scouting and for better citizenship in my troop, in my community, and in my contact with other people, regardless of race, color, or creed. To this, I pledge my sacred honor. Having heard the Eagle Pledge, are you willing to adopt it?
I am.
Raise your hand in the scout sign.
Stop.
Repeat after me.
I challenge the right of this scout to be awarded the rank of Eagle.
Who are you, and by what right do you challenge?
I'm a Life Scout, and my respect for the Eagle rank gives me the right to so challenge.
On what grounds do you challenge?
Has the scout achieved the requirements in scoutcraft and life interest?
Adam's application has been verified and indicates that he has satisfactorily completed the required 21 merit badges in the various fields of endeavor. Are you now satisfied?
I am.
I too challenge the right of the scout to be awarded the rank of Eagle.
Who are you, and by what right do you challenge?
I'm a second-class scout, and the respect that I have for the Eagle Fall which I wear gives me the right to so challenge.
On what grounds do you challenge?
This is Scoutmaster certified that this scout has actively participated in scouting in his troop, demonstrated leadership, and knows best to help in his home, school, church, and community.
As Scoutmaster of Troop 685, I certify that for more than 6 months since attaining the rank of Life Scout, this scout has held leadership positions in his troop, been active in school, church, and community activities.
You now satisfied?
I am.
I too challenge the right of the scout to be awarded the rank of Eagle.
Who are you, and by what right do you challenge?
I'm an Eagle Scout, and the pride which I have in this badge, which I wear over my heart, gives me the right to so challenge.
On what grounds do you challenge?
As this scout, now nearing the end of the Eagle Trail, demonstrating his willingness and ability to live and act in accordance with the ideals of scouting, as exemplified by the Scout Oath, law, motto, and slogan.
On my honor, I will do my best to do my duty to God and my country, and to obey the Scout law, to help other people at all times, to keep myself physically strong, mentally awake, and morally straight.
A scout is trustworthy, loyal, helpful, friendly, courteous, kind, obedient, cheerful, thrifty, brave, clean, and reverent.
Be prepared.
Do a good turn daily.
As chairman of the board of the Eagle Border Review, I certify that the board examined the record, interviewed the candidate, and examined the documents, and it was unanimous decision of the board that this man has certifiably passed all the requirements for Eagle Scout.
Are you now satisfied?
Still, I am not satisfied. I believe that this candidate should understand that the Eagle is a responsibility as well as an honor. And I respectfully ask that this candidate be informed of the responsibilities of an Eagle Scout before continuing further.
Thank you, Eagle Scout. I agree with your feelings and suggest that none are more qualified to impart this than those who wear the Eagle badge. I invite you and your fellow Eagles who have made this challenge to the front.
The first responsibility of an Eagle Scout is to live with honor, which to an eagle is sacred. Honor is a foundation of character. Character is what a man is down inside, not what someone may think he is. An eagle will live so as to reflect credit upon his home, church, school, friends, upon scouting, and upon yourself. May the white of the Eagle badge always remind you to live with honor.
The second obligation of an Eagle Scout is loyalty. Without loyalty, all character lacks direction. An eagle is loyal to his ideals, and the blue of your Eagle badge always reminds you to be loyal.
The third obligation of an Eagle Scout is courage. Courage gives all character force and strength. Trusting in God and with faith in his fellow man, the Eagle Scout faces each day unafraid and seeks his share of the world's work to do. May the red of your Eagle badge always remind you of courage.
The final obligation of an Eagle Scout is service. He extends a helping hand to those who toil up the scouting trail he has completed, just as others helped him in his achievement of the Eagle rank. The habit of the daily good turn must take on new meaning and blossom forth into a life of service. The Eagle protects and defends the weak and the helpless. He aids and comforts the oppressed and the unfortunate. He upholds the rights of others while defending his own. His code of honor is based upon the belief that real leadership must be founded upon real service.
Mr. Chairman, If this candidate is willing and eager to accept the mantle of responsibility as well as the honor of the badge, then we will be satisfied and request that you proceed to administer the Eagle Pledge.
Adam, are you ready and willing to accept these responsibilities and to adopt the Eagle Pledge, which I read to you at the beginning of this ceremony?
I am.
I now ask that all Eagle Scouts here today please stand, make the Scout sign, and join in the rededication of yourselves and charge. Please repeat after me. On my honor, I will do my best to do my duty to God.
On my honor, I will do my best to do my duty to God.
On my honor, I will do my best to do my duty to my country.
On my honor, I will do my best to do my duty to my country.
I reaffirm my allegiance to the three promises of the Scout Oath.
I reaffirm my allegiance to the three promises of the Scout Oath.
I thoughtfully recognize and take upon myself
I thoughtfully recognize and take upon myself
the obligations and responsibilities of the rank of Eagle Scout.
the obligations and responsibilities of the rank of Eagle Scout.
On my honor, I will do my best to make my training an example.
On my honor, I will do my best to make my training an example.
And my rank and influence strongly count.
And my rank and my influence strongly count.
For better scouting and for better citizenship.
For better scouting and for better citizenship.
In my troop, in my community, and in my contact with other people.
In my troop, in my community, and in my contact with other people.
Regardless of race, color, or creed.
Regardless of race, color, or creed.
To this, I pledge my sacred honor.
To this, I pledge my sacred honor.
Thank you, Eagle Scouts. You may be seated. At this time, I ask that Adam's Scoutmaster, Mr. Sean Gouge, please come to the podium, and for Adam's mother and father, who have been so instrumental in his attaining Eagle rank, come to the front and stand beside him.
Thank you, Mr. Gross. Before we jump right into it, Adam has 27 merit badges on his sash. And if you are not familiar with the scouting program, none of those merit badges are done in a day. Some of them take 6 months, some of them take a year or a year and a half. The camping merit badge alone requires him to spend 40 nights out in the wilderness on many different adventures. I've been Adam's Scoutmaster not the entire time, but our troop started in 2002. Adam is our 12th Eagle Scout, and less than only about 1 out of 100 boys that are in Boy Scouts of America make it to the rank of Eagle Scout. So we're talking less than 1%. So a very huge achievement for Adam today. Over the years, I've gotten to see Adam since from Cub Scouts, so Pack 685, running around while his parents are cooking, putting up the tent. He's out playing in mud, sticks, doing whatever boys do, bringing frogs back to his parents to show what they look like and that kind of cool stuff. And over the journey of time, I've seen Adam go from not really caring what's going on in the world to running everything that's going on in the world. Adam served as our senior patrol leader one time, and it was amazing. He also came back a second time as the assistant senior patrol leader, and between him and the SPL, I've never seen the troop perform and thrive under his leadership more than it did during that period of time. And it wasn't just with being there and being present, it was inserting everything that he had into the troop to make sure that it did what it needed to do. And for Adam, thank you very much for that. And to your parents, you have a very remarkable young man, and love him very much. All right, so Adam, we have determined that you have met the requirements set forth by the National Council of the Boy Scouts of America and satisfied all challenges raised here by your fellow scouts at this ceremony. Now the time has come to receive your Eagle badge and pin. The honor of pinning your eagle on your uniform rightfully falls to the people who are most responsible for you becoming an eagle. Your scout. You're an Eagle Scout. Your parents. So Paula, please pin the badge on Adam's uniform so that the world will know that he is an Eagle Scout. please pin this miniature badge over your mother's heart in recognition of her love, encouragement, faith, and trust in your future. As an eagle, may you never disappoint her. Adam, please pin this miniature badge over your father's heart in recognition of his love, encouragement, faith, and trust in your future. As an eagle, may you never disappoint him. Mom and Dad, please remove the Troop 685 Scout neckerchief. And let's replace it with an eagle neckerchief, telling the world that you will continue to support him as he grows. Who's got the camera? This is the photo that you want, right? All right. On behalf of the Boy Scouts of America, it is my privilege and pleasure to pronounce you an Eagle Scout. Thank you. You may be seated. Mom and Dad, you may be seated. Adam, the floor is yours.
So now I get to do this thing in Scouts we call the mentor pin. The mentor pin goes to somebody in my life who happens to be my mentor. Maybe not my only mentor, but I have one pin, so the honor goes to one person. I'm going to give my mentor pin to a man who gave many Scoutmaster minutes that took more than a minute. And he'll have it for all the emails sent back and forth about meeting notes, meeting agendas, food planning, all that fun stuff. And then all the other miscellaneous advice you've ever given me on leadership and life. Mr. Gooch. This has not been an easy journey, but it's worth it. So any of you who aren't Eagles yet, or maybe you're just Scout rank, this is worth it. I'd like to say thank you all for coming out here to the Figgis Center and for me this afternoon. It really means a lot to me that all of you are here to celebrate my achievement with me. I want to take a minute to thank a few people individually. Ms. Holmes and the Murchison staff, thank you for giving me the opportunity to help the Murchison community, and I hope everything goes very smoothly and teaching the kids about plants and science. One person I could not have gone without, Paul Hirias. Are you here today, Paul? I don't think he's here. He's actually he does all the irrigation for PISD, so as soon as I learned that, I started talking to him, expanded my project, big time. So Paul, thank you for helping me expand my project to a previously unimaginable place. You put so much into this project and I can't thank you enough for it. Mr. Gooch, Mr. Haight, both of you have given me so much information on the entire journey from Eagle Scout, from the top of Mount Baldy and back. Ms. Price, I know you're here today. Thank you for keeping up with all of my rank achievements over the many years of scouting, and all of my merit badge work, and thank you for being my advancement coordinator. I've had a lot of friends here today with me, shout out, and I'll just make a shout out to them for being awesome all the time. Finally, thank you to my parents for always being there and helping me for everything. Every individual in this room has helped me with so much to accomplish this, and I can't thank you enough for it.
The ceremony will conclude with the retirement of the colors. David Resendez, would you please lead us in the retirement of the colors?
Everyone, please rise. Scouts, attention. Scout salute. Two. Everyone at ease.
Before I close this proceedings, I would like to go off script for a moment. Adam, if you'd step forward, please. Young man, do you have a quarter on you? At this time, I would like to present him a nice Swiss Army knife, but I'm a 5th generation native Texan. You never give a knife by Texas tradition. You always charge him a quarter, because someday he's going to cut himself with this knife, and it should not cut the tie that binds brother Eagles. Instead, the day you cut yourself with your knife, it's with that 2-bit cheap knife you bought. Today, sir, you have been blessed with this gathering, and everyone here has presented you with honors, and you have been pronounced an Eagle Scout today. Pronouncements are very important in our society. Everybody here expects you'll go on to higher education and someday be pronounced a bachelor of this, or a master of that, or a PhD of something else. But when they pronounce you that, you're sharing it with a whole graduating class. Today is yours alone. And everybody here, especially your mom, expects you'll find some nice girl and stand up before a preacher and be pronounced husband and wife. But I tell you right now, the preacher tells you it's for better or worse. And a wedding is all about the bride. But today is your day. I want you to engrave this day in your heart. Remember it forever. And when times get hard and your desk gets full and you got so much homework or business and problems, you think back on that merit badge sash and all those requirements for all those merit badges and all those requirements from tenderfoot through Eagle that you did while you were a teenager. And that pile on your desk will look a lot more manageable. Congratulations. In me, I hereby close and conclude this Eagle Court of Honor. There is refreshments. Fellows in uniform, the guests go first.
Enjoy the refreshments. Go ahead.